Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to pull back the curtain on how a totally unknown singer can become a global pop superstar seemingly overnight.
Right. And what you'll see is that it's not magic and it's definitely not luck.
It's a machine, a very strategic, very expensive process.
Exactly. It's a full-on operation. Labels are investing huge amounts of money in advertising and data analysis long before you even hear the first note of a song.
So it's not just about selling a song, it's about building a brand.
That is the number one goal. Build a recognizable brand that creates a real connection because that's what leads to a long career.
Which brings us to our first big topic, creating that artist brand. It sounds a little corporate, doesn't it?
It can, but think of it as the artist's story. It's the whole personality and image that they present to the world.
And that's everything.
Uh-huh. It's everything. It's how they dress, the specific message in their lyrics, even the way they talk in interviews. It's all part of a plan.
So you're saying a team of people is actually mapping this all out?
Oh, absolutely. Marketers, stylists, photographers, media coaches, they all work together to create a visual identity that is designed to stand out.
And the key thing here must be consistency.
Consistency is everything. The goal is that when you see the artist on TV or in a social media clip or on a giant billboard, the image and the message are exactly the same.
Instantly recognizable.
That's the word. Because that recognition builds a connection. You start to feel like you know them.
And that connection is what makes fans stick around, right? Even if the artist tries a different style of music later on.
That's the financial safety net. If you've bought into the person, you'll buy their tour tickets, their t-shirts. You'll stream their next album, no matter what it sounds like.
Okay, so you've built the brand, and now you have to get it out there. And today, that means the digital world. Let's talk about the digital engine, starting with social media.
Yeah, social media has it's completely rewritten the rules.
It lets the artist speak directly to their audience.
Right. There are no gatekeepers. They can share behind-the-scenes photos, short video clips. All of this stuff builds anticipation. It makes you feel like you're a part of their life.
And that leads to one of the biggest marketing tools out there now, the viral challenge.
The viral challenge is a total game changer. It's when millions of people suddenly start using a clip of your song in their own videos.
And that's not accidental, is it?
Not usually, no. Marketing teams will often work with influencers to, get the ball rolling on a new dance or a trend.
So when that takes off, the song just explodes.
It explodes.
Yeah.
You've essentially turned millions of users into your own personal advertising team, and it costs a fraction of a traditional campaign.
And the labels are watching this happen in real time.
Minute by minute, they're tracking what's working and what isn't, and they can shift their strategy instantly based on the data.
Okay, beyond social media, let's talk about where we actually listen to the music streaming platforms.
This is the main battleground. The number one goal for any new song is to get placed on a huge popular playlist.
One of those ones with millions of subscribers.
Exactly. Landing on a playlist like today's top hits can cause a song's streams to just spike overnight. It basically tells the world, this is a hit.
And the platform's algorithms help with that too.
The algorithms are like silent promoters. They watch what you listen to, what you skip, what you play all the way through.
And then they recommend similar music.
Right. So if you listen to one big pop song, the algorithm is going to push other songs by that same artist or in that same genre to keep you on the platform longer.
So that streaming data must be incredibly valuable to the labels.
It's gold. They use it for everything. They can see which songs are most popular in, say, Brazil or Germany, and that's where they'll plan the tour.
They can even use it to pick the next single from an album.
Of course. They see which track people are listening to the most, and boom, that's the next single. It removes all the guesswork.
There's another piece to this digital puzzle, influencer marketing.
This is where they pay people who have big social media followings to promote the song.
But it's done in a way that feels more natural than a typical ad.
That's the whole point. It feels more like a recommendation from a friend. The influencer might use the song in the background of their video or mention how much they love it.
And the agencies are very specific about who they target.
Very specific. They'll find influencers whose audience is the perfect match for the artist's brand. It's a super effective way to reach exactly the right people.
Okay, so the song is out there digitally, but how do you make it a bigger cultural moment? Let's talk about the visuals specifically, music videos.
Music videos are still incredibly powerful. They're not just a little film for the song. They are massive marketing events.
And they often have these huge budgets with crazy costumes and sets.
It's all about creating an exciting, aspirational world. They bring the song's story to life visually and make it way more memorable.
I've also noticed a lot of product placements in videos.
Oh, yeah, that's very common. A brand will pay to have their phone or their car or their drink featured in the video.
So the video can actually pay for itself.
Sometimes, yes. It's a revenue stream. The visuals are so important for locking a song into your memory.
Now, even with all this digital focus, we can't ignore the old guard. What about radio? Is it still important?
Radio is still a huge deal. It reaches millions of people who are in their cars or at work, people who aren't actively choosing what to listen to.
And there are people whose entire job is just to get songs on the radio, right?
Yep, they're called radio promoters or pluggers. Their job is to convince the people who run radio stations to play their artist's song,
And if they succeed, the song gets into what's called power rotation.
which means it gets played over and over and over again all day. That repetition is what convinces the mainstream audience that a song is a massive hit.
And then there are collaborations, getting two big artists on one track.
Collaborations are a brilliant marketing strategy
Why is that?
because it's like instant audience multiplication. A pop singer works with a famous rapper. All of a sudden, the pop singer is introduced to the rapper's entire fan base, and vice versa.
So you're tapping into a whole new market.
Exactly. And it's a great way to break into new countries. An American artist can collaborate with a huge Latin American star, and suddenly they have a foothold in an entirely new part of the world.
Okay, so the artist is famous, the song is a hit. Now, how do they actually make money and protect that fame?
Well, the two biggest moneymakers are merchandise and tours.
The t-shirts, the posters, the hats.
All of that. It's a huge source of revenue, but it's also free advertising. When a fan wears an artist's t-shirt, they become a walking billboard for the brand.
And they're creating a sense of urgency with things like limited edition items.
That's the strategy. It makes people feel like they have to buy it right now.
Mm.
Even things like vinyl records are now sold as expensive collectibles for the most dedicated fans.
And then there's the live tour, which is more than just a concert.
A big tour is a massive marketing event that gets media coverage for months. And the shows themselves are these huge spectacles.
Designed to create a really strong bond with the audience.
For sure. And ticket sales, plus all the merch sold at the shows. That is the primary way a modern pop star makes their money.
To protect all of this, you need a good defense. That's where public relations, or PR, comes in.
PR manages the artist's story in the media. They're the ones who announce new music, set up interviews, and make sure there are always positive stories out there.
Like stories about charity work or things like that.
Exactly. But they're also crisis managers. When something goes wrong or there's negative news, the PR team steps in to control the narrative and protect the artist's image.
Which brings us full circle, really. Back to the data.
Everything comes back to the data. Every stream, every view, every social media comment is tracked and analyzed.
And that helps the label spend its money more effectively.
It totally eliminates the guesswork. The data shows that a song is suddenly getting popular in, say, Chicago.
So they flood Chicago with ads and book a concert there.
Precisely.
Yeah.
They can even use computer programs now that analyze patterns to predict which songs are most likely to become hits.
Wow, so they're really trying to reduce the risk of failure down to a science.
That's the goal. Nearly every major decision is based on hard evidence of what the audience already wants. It maximizes the chance of success from day one.
So when we put it all together, it's pretty clear. A pop star's success might feel spontaneous, but it's anything but.
Not at all. It's a meticulous, highly strategic process. It's this incredible mix of a unique creative vision, that artist brand we talked about, and just intense, constant data analysis to make sure it reaches every corner of the globe.
It really makes you think. If the machine is this good at predicting what we'll like, and every decision is optimized to appeal to the most people, how much space is left for real, unpredictable art, the kind that truly shakes things up? And how does that affect the music you hear every day? Something to think about. See you next time.